Hello and welcome to the Announcers Table Classic TNA Impact Review. We re-review TNA Impact week by week. Once again, I am joined by Scott Weaver. Scott, how are you?
I'm very good. We are back in the Impact Zone. I'm ready. I'm raring. Let's do this.
We're not coming out. We're not coming out anytime soon.
No, we are stuck in the zone.
And this week we're in October 15th, 2004. But before we get into the show, let's have a look at what was happening in the world at the time.
It's my favourite part of the show.
In the UK charts, at number one, last week was Robbie Williams' Radio.
Which I listened to.
Yeah.
And hated.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's terrible.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Any guesses as what's number one this week?
Now, you told me that this is when Green Day's album came out. Was it American Idiot?
The album?
Yeah.
Yeah, the album was American Idiot.
So I reckon it's probably... I'm going to go for Holiday by Green Day.
It's Eric Prydz, Call on Me.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Oh no, I wasn't prepared. I thought we'd seen the last of it.
You can't get rid of Eric Prydz that easy.
Robbie knocked him off for a week.
It was only 1 week, and then everyone realised, hang on, this isn't good.
Oh, Eric.
You thought you got rid of him.
You didn't even come into my head because I thought, he's done.
Yeah, that's the end of the run, but no. Oh. It's like he dropped the belt at Mania and then just won it back on the next night on Raw.
Yeah, he won it on the Raw, yeah. Cashed in his money in the bank.
See, I knew this was coming for a while because I had to look into the future as to when Eric Prydz dropped out. Yeah. So I knew this was coming and I couldn't wait for it.
It was the unexpectedness of it. I just didn't think it was going to happen.
In the UK box office, number one, last week was Bride and Prejudice.
Yes, my favourite.
Thankfully, that's gone.
Oh.
Number one is a film that I saw multiple times. I've seen multiple times. Enjoyed it as a child. Don't enjoy it now.
Okay.
It's Shark Tale.
Why don't you enjoy it now?
Have you watched it? Exactly. It's bad.
No, I have watched it. I just haven't watched it recently. I thought it was good.
It's aged poorly.
With Will Smith?
Yeah. So it stars Will Smith, Robert De Niro, Renee Zellweger, Angelina Jolie, Jack Black, and Martin Scorsese.
Is that the... I mean, look at that cast.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that cast.
The fish looks so weird.
Yeah.
They've tried to make them like the actors' faces, and it's really weird.
Is it the one where it's either Angelina Jolie's character or Renee Zellweger's has like really long fish hair?
That's Angelina Jolie, yeah.
She's like red.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they work at a car wash?
It is.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Do you know the plot at all? Because
it's all coming back. I think so. Doesn't he work at a car wash and then he lies about being somebody else?
So he lies that he killed a shark.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like the whole thing about him being a shark killer.
And then he has to go and kill one, doesn't he?
Yeah. And then there's also a vegan shark.
Is that Manny?
You've remembered it better than I have.
If his name's actually Manny, I've nailed that. I feel like it's Manny.
I know that Manny is the... Oh, what's it called? From Ice Age.
Oh, the big elephant thing.
Yes, the elephant thing.
What's it called?
I don't remember what it's called either. I don't want to dwell on it.
Oh, no.
I can see him in my head, but I don't know what he's called.
It's going to come to me in one of the matches, and I'm just going to blurt it out.
I'm just going to be talking about Jeff Jarrett, and then you're going to scream out the animal name.
I can't get the word walrus out of my head when it's not.
He's not a walrus.
It's not.
Moving on into the world of sports, in Spain. So I mentioned to you off camera that there is a moment this week that affected your life in some way.
Yeah, right. So you've been teasing me with this. And I don't know, I was trying to think whether it's like a vaccine, which would have been topical or something, or like a jab that you had to get when you were a kid, or like swine flu jabs or something. But I wasn't expecting to go to Spain.
In Spain, a 17-year-old Lionel Messi makes his debut for Barcelona against Espanol.
Wow. Was this? Did he have a goal disallowed?
I have no idea. They won the game. That's all I know. He didn't score.
I think he either had a goal disallowed or he set Ronaldinho up. And it was like the most beautiful assist you've ever seen, and everyone was like, oh, "Okay, this kid's insane."
Yeah, shame it never panned out.
Yeah, I mean, he could have done better. Let's be honest.
But yeah, we're seeing a lot of top quality young talent coming through at this point.
Mammoth,
is nice to see.
Mammoth.
He's a woolly mammoth.
Woolly mammoth.
Lionel Messi is a woolly mammoth.
Why did that jog my memory?
Staying with football, David Moyes is the winner of the September Premier League Manager of the Month.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting because he's still going. Yeah.
Well, he's doing really well at West Ham.
Oh, he's doing incredibly. I remember at the start of the season saying like, "Oh, he's going to be gone after 7 games."
Yeah, I remember seeing. I was watching Premier League years earlier, and Pellegrini got sacked, and in came David Moyes, and it brought back all of the feelings that I thought, okay, yeah, he's going to get them relegated. Yeah. They're doomed. Yeah. Why have they done this to themselves? And now they're like 5th or something.
Yeah, they're pushing for Europe.
Fair play to him. I didn't see it coming.
No one did.
No.
In the motorsport world.
Oh.
I don't know why you said that. You're not interested.
Yay.
This one's purely for me. Valentino Rossi wins the World MotoGP title for a 3rd successive year.
I didn't realize it was going to be motorbikes.
Right.
I'm all in on MotoGP.
Okay.
I remember watching it when I was a kid, and it was him. There was Nicky Hayden, R.I.P. Yes. There was all of those guys. And
Casey
Stoner, yeah.
He was class.
Yeah, and then Danny Pedrosa as well.
Oh, he's still going, I think.
Is he?
I think so.
I love Danny Pedrosa because his first name was Danny, like D-A-N-I. I just think that's really cool. What I used to do when I was a kid is we'd have bike races around my estate, and we used to pretend to be different riders, and I always used to be Danny Pedrosa.
Nice.
And one time, because I never won because the kids that I used to play out with were older than me, so they could pedal harder. But one time I learned how gears worked, and I was changing through the gears, so I caught up with them, and I'd never won, and I got really, really, really competitive and pushed one of them in a hedge when I was next to them.
Wow.
Pushed him into a hedge, and then...
How very Danny Pedrosa of you.
Yeah, and then there's like a path near my house that's really, really long, so that used to be like the end straight. And we were going down there, and came out at the end, and I clipped the wheel of the kid in front who was like 4 years older than me.
Wow.
Clipped his wheel and went flying, and I slid into a car and put a hole in my leg.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Was this a hospital trip or?
No, but my sister was watching, and she genuinely thought I died.
Oh God.
Because I full on, you know when like a MotoGP rider comes off and they just slide forever because they've got like Kevlar and that on. I just slid, and I was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt into a car.
Oh God.
And yeah, my sister thought I was done for.
Wow.
So don't you judge me about not caring about Valentino Rossi. I've got a Valentino Rossi hat somewhere.
Oh, I used to love Valentino Rossi. It was my favorite.
Class, the Doctor.
Yeah. Yes, and they'd always have like his custom helmets.
Yeah, mate. I will send you a picture after this of my hat because I think you'd like it.
I've got some stuff around my house of him. So
I will show you.
I just assumed that you'd have no interest after your outbursts on F1.
No, I have no interest in Formula One because I think it's stupid. But MotoGP's actual racing. I go to do you know Speedway?
Yeah.
I go to the Speedway at Leicester all the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, love it. There you see.
No, you've shocked me today.
There you go. Judge the Scott by its cover.
In wrestling news. Not wrestling. So, not much WWE news this week, but a lot of TNA news.
Here we go. This is what we're here for.
So one of these will play a factor into what comes in later, but I thought it's worth a mention. there are rumors, this is according to the Wrestling Observer, that Vince Russo is going to depart from TNA.
So that kind of explains something.
It does. Apparently he has found God, and he's just not interested in wrestling anymore. He doesn't understand why he's in it. So, yeah, apparently Victory Road is his last day.
He's found God, and God hates TNA.
God does not like TNA.
God's a big WWE mark.
God loves Noah.
That'd be class.
Yeah, that's interesting. I knew he's obviously heavily religious, but I also know that he definitely gets back into the wrestling business.
I didn't know he was religious.
Yeah, no, very. He tried to run a religion, like a Christianity-based wrestling promotion, where, like, you know, Father James Mitchell, who we'll see eventually.
Yeah.
He would play like the heel, who would be like representing the devil, I guess.
Oh,
and then he'd have someone like wrestling representing Jesus, that sort of thing.
That's kind of his role in TNA because he's a Biss's dad or something.
That's why he chose him, I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
It's not as bad as it sounds. Like, it's not good, but you know,
yeah, it doesn't sound great.
It was for kids, really.
Yeah. What are we? I love Shark Tale. What you on about?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, wrestling is for kids, but this was more for kids.
Wrestling's for kids and marks.
Yes. Decide which we one are.
And here we are.
In backstage news in TNA, we have two people who have heat.
Oh.
The first one is Kid Cash.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
Kid Cash started a fight with Andy Douglas of the Naturals backstage.
He just wanted to stab him.
Well, he said that him getting stabbed in the bar fight made the business look bad.
What? How dare you?
How dare you get stabbed?
How dare you try and protect somebody?
Apparently, it was about to break out into a fight before Monty Brown broke it up.
Oh, Monty Brown! You wouldn't like keep fighting if he stood between you, would you?
Especially if you're Kid Cash.
No, exactly. I mean, he's probably like 4 foot smaller than him.
Yeah, but Kid Cash started another fight as well backstage.
What a douche!
He also started a fight with Abyss.
What?
Apparently, the fight ended with Abyss basically sat on Cash on the floor before everyone broke it up.
Like Andre the Giant and Randy.
Yeah. I mean, like,
what is Kid Cash's problem?
I have no idea.
Is it because he's not on TV?
Well, I think there's a reason that he's not on TV.
Yeah, because he sounds like an idiot.
Yeah, he does. He's not making many friends, put it that way.
No. Oh, well.
But the other person to have heat backstage, apparently, according to the Observer, is Raven.
I can understand that.
So apparently, last week's main event match with Monty Brown ran well over and had to be heavily edited before it was put on TV.
Okay, and that was Raven's fault.
Apparently, that was Raven's fault. Apparently, he missed a lot of cues. Plus, he's the experienced one in the match. Like,
yeah, so he was probably
much more experienced than Monty. Yeah, like, you'd expect Raven to get that right. Like, if Monty gets it wrong, it's like, okay, it's Monty. He's a big lead.
Yeah,
you'd expect Raven to be able to lead that better.
You know, well, the impression I get from every Raven segment is he doesn't really seem to care.
No,
doesn't seem to be bothered.
No, and we see more of that later. But
oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's affected Raven as much purely because he's a big star.
Yeah.
I don't think Cash is in a position to be doing this sort of thing.
I mean, he's not exactly in a world title tournament, is he? Anywhere near the main event? So
no. He is not important right now.
Know your role and sit with Lance Archer. Just
exactly. You've got Dallas with you. Why not?
Dallas, that was his name. I just couldn't. Like Lance Archer and.
But we move on to the show now. We open with a recap of the feud between Team Canada and the tag team champions Christopher Daniels and James Storm.
Yeah.
And they make the feud look like it's been lasting longer than 1 week.
Yeah, they just used basically all of the footage from last week.
Yeah. Also, on Explosion, which was the day after last week's Impact.
Right.
America's Most Wanted and Triple X defeated Team Canada.
Oh.
So Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Peter Williams, and Rufy Silverstein. Guess who took the pin?
Oh, Petey.
It was Rufy Silverstein.
Oh, thank God for that. Right. So as soon as you said guess who took the pin, I was like, oh no. Because the obvious choice is Rufy, but okay, no, that's all right then.
But TNA would just pin Bobby Roode.
That's why I started to panic.
Yeah. We're also shown a recap of the Championship Committee's feud with Dusty Rhodes, with Larry Zbyszko saying there will be a vote about Rhodes' place in TNA. I presume that took place in Explosion, because we haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, this was basically just a Larry Zbyszko shirt compilation, and I was all for it.
Oh yeah, I think we'll do like a recap one day of all of the Larry Zbyszko shirts.
If this podcast serves as anything, it's an archive of Larry Zbyszko's shirts.
Yeah, and we get a better. Oh, does it develop today?
It's become a staple of every week.
The second he stops showing up will be a travesty.
I mean, yeah, we'll just have to start making it up.
We'll have to start wearing shirts of our own that are just funky.
I'm not wearing a shirt.
Fair enough. Understandable.
It's warm.
The thought of Monty Brown makes me shirtless as well.
Crowds.
Finally, we're shown a recap of the semi-final matches that would set up Jeff Hardy versus Monty Brown. And then we head towards stage 21. And Monty Brown comes out.
Yeah, wasn't expecting this.
Was not expecting this match to open.
No, I can understand. For the rest of the show, I understand it, but I wasn't expecting it.
This is 2 weeks in a row where a match that seems like it should be the main event has opened.
Yeah.
And it's a booking tactic where you try and catch people whilst they're flipping channels. I get it. But put people who deserve to be in the main event in the main event? I don't know.
Yeah,
what comes later, I understand, but you could have done that on next week's show.
It was just a bit of a shock, like, oh, is Monty coming out to do a promo?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, and then, oh no, they say it's the match. I was like, oh, okay, starting the show with this.
Yeah, then Jeff's terrible music hits, and he makes his entrance. And there's a sign in the crowd that says, Future Mrs. Hardy.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how over with the ladies Jeff was.
Oh, have you seen him?
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. But, like, I didn't realise it was that.
If you're some woman, I can't speak for all women, but if you've got something a little bit wrong in the head, and you see Jeff, and he's got something a little bit wrong in his head, you're gonna be. Shut up. At least this week he had lyrics in it.
Yeah, it was still
there
bad.
was actual singing.
To be fair, I think that's my least favourite part of it.
No! What are you on about?
He's mumbling. He's just mumbling out some lyrics.
Oh, but it's good.
I had to look at the lyrics.
Have you never listened to grunge?
It's not for me, I'm afraid.
Oh, I could say the lyrics right off now.
Well.
I'm not going to, but I could.
Good. Honestly, I really don't like that song.
Maybe for a special, I might.
At Victory Road, you've got to sing him in.
Yeah, okay. I'll play him as well. I'll learn it on the guitar.
So Brown continues where he left off last week with Raven, just immediately laying in strikes, dominating his opponent. And it's just punches, more punches.
Exactly what I said last week.
No. I'm already getting a bad feeling. There's a guy at the hard camera I noticed immediately with a sign that says, survey says the outsiders.
The outsiders, yeah.
What does that mean? What does this have to do with Family Fortune or Family Feud for them?
There was also a sign that I saw that was, Jeff Hardy, I live to love you.
Yes, I did see that. That was weird. Do you think these are plants that they're trying to get it over just how much people love Jeff, or is it like...
Yeah, they're almost certainly plants.
Okay.
Just the only reason I think that is because they're like the people that you've seen in past weeks, because they obviously record. So like the front row was pretty much the same.
Chris Hero was there again.
Chris Hero was there. so it's kind of the same people, and they have different things every week. So I reckon some production guy goes around saying, "Right, when Jeff Hardy comes out, will you hold this up, please?"
Yeah.
It makes it look like the fans care.
Yeah, and the ones who are genuinely there rarely care.
Oh, the crowd was hot again.
So I know in a couple of weeks, eventually, there's a guy who shows up who's always on hard cam, who
Right.
has rally towels.
Right.
Do you know who I mean?
Nah.
So there's some guy who just stands there with 2 towels in either hand and just keeps spinning them.
No, I don't know who you
He
mean.
isn't a plant. He is legit.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay,
he'll show up eventually. He's not there yet.
We'll get to him.
Yes. Monty Brown does like the Brock Lesnar shoulder charge to the midsection, and it's just so less impressive and impactful. Like, he's not laying it in, he's not making it look good, he's not holding it in, he just kind of does it and then backs away. And it's like, oh, come on, Monty, there's something there, just please.
He has potential.
Oh yeah, no bags of it, but right now, dicey.
No.
We then see Abyss and Raven watching from the rafters, and Abyss doing his pose made me laugh out loud. He looks so ridiculous. I have no idea.
He looked like he was in some really bad jail cell with like 2 bars.
I really didn't know where he was.
Raven was in the rafters, and as soon as the camera cuts to him, he just stares at the camera guy.
Abyss, just feels like a non-playable character who just does his pose every so often. Like, he just can't help himself.
He's when you do a creator wrestler on WWE games, and like you only give him 1 taunt.
Yeah.
So whenever
he just always does
the same thing. He's constantly looking constipated.
And it's not a terrifying taunt.
No, it does. It just looks a little bit silly, doesn't it? It looks like when someone tickles you and you like go into yourself a little bit.
It's just really made me laugh watching him do his pose in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't know there's a camera on him.
No. Oh no. That's just what he does. That's how he stands.
Yeah, it's just what he does.
Yeah.
We come back from the break, and Jeff's in control. He slams Monty's head on the ring steps before laying in some strikes of his own in the ring. And then this is where the match starts to pick up.
Yeah.
Monty reverses an Irish whip and gets Jeff into a sleeper hold, which looks really impressive. Like, not enough big guys do sleeper holds. Like, I remember there was an interview with Hogan where he's like talking about how his tailbone is wrecked, and he's like, I don't know why I just didn't do a sleeper hold. My arms are massive.
Yeah, because it's convincing, isn't it? Because you've got massive arms. It's like, okay, you could choke somebody out. Although, I guess in the UFC, not everyone that wins by submission is jacked.
No, but you know, like in wrestling, like it's normally smaller guys who are submission guys, like Zack Sabre Jr., Daniel Bryan.
Oh, sorry, say that name again.
Daniel Bryan.
No.
Bryan Danielson.
Shut up. Right, had enough of that.
Hardy reverses the sleeper hold into a jawbreaker, which looked good.
Yeah.
Jeff then hits what looks like it's trying to be a sling blade, but it's not quite a sling blade.
Yeah, it's a half-hearted.
It was messy.
Yeah.
Before ducking a clothesline and hitting like a mad spinning kick.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I've seen him do that quite a bit, but it is really good.
I don't think it has a name. And if it does, I don't know it.
It's the spinny kick.
Ah, the spinny kick.
Yes. Write that one down. Make a note.
Yeah. Hardy goes for a sleeper hold of his own, but Brown reverses it into a nice backdrop suplex. Like, that was really nice.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really get why Jeff was going for a sleeper.
No, he's not exactly the most technical guy.
No, he's not exactly Zack Sabre Jr. There we go.
Not quite.
There we go. I got it in.
The crowd start chanting, "Break his neck."
Yeah.
That feels in poor taste.
Yeah, the marks.
Kurt Angle will be here soon. Be careful.
Yeah, but he shouts about having a broken freaking neck, so it's all right.
Oh, yeah. He then hits another suplex, looks for a third, but Jeff counters into a twist of fate for 2. Brown starts to lay in strikes again on Jeff, but he takes out the ref with a wild stray elbow, and he couldn't have made it look more like he tried to do it.
It was so exaggerated, wasn't it? Like, he brought his elbow back like, whoa!
Yeah. He had to make it look real, but he didn't do it well.
That was a dumb way of doing a ref bump.
Yeah. Yeah. Brown goes for another punch, but Jeff counters into a DDT before removing his shirt so that he's about to hit a swanton.
The crowd went wild.
He hits the swanton, but the ref's down. Jeff counts for himself, but obviously that's not going to work.
It was a fast count as well.
It was, to be fair.
He went 1, 2, 3, done. Yeah.
Abyss then runs into the ring and hits Jeff with a black hole slam after Jeff beat him last week. Did Abyss just turn heel?
I don't really think he's either a heel or a face.
Because I feel like he was a face before. Like, I don't know. He broke up from a heel manager. It was weird. It didn't feel like him.
I don't know. I don't really think they cared. It was just, okay, let's do a ref bump and chuck him in and just let him hit a black hole slam. It'll be all right.
Monty Brown takes out Abyss with a pounce, which I'm sure you were pleased to see.
It was very good. Abyss sold it really well.
Brown picks up Hardy, but Raven runs in with the chair and attacks Brown before hitting him with the Raven Effect DDT.
Yeah, but they didn't call it that.
No.
They called it something else. I didn't make a note of it, but they didn't call it, which is weird because last week they did.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Rather than attacking Raven like Brown did for him, Hardy just hits another twist of fate.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care.
Yeah, I just want to win the match.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little... I don't know, when Monty did it for him, but then he won't return the favour, it's a bit weird. Gives some implications that, is Jeff actually a good guy? I don't know, it makes you question it, even though he is clearly a face.
It was the competitive edge.
Maybe he didn't see it, but I don't know. You'd hear a chair shot.
No, you don't.
Yeah, he hit a twist of fate, and that's enough for the win. Brown kicks out just after 3. I thought he was going to go up for another swanton, but no, just twist of fate, done.
It looked like a dodgy finish because of how Brown kicked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, have they botched this a little bit? But I guess it makes him still look a little bit strong. I guess it's the whole interference. He did get hit by a chair, I guess.
He got hit by a chair. He took Raven's finisher and took a twist of fate, which is like his secondary, and then still kicked out at like 3.2.
Yeah, which makes him look really strong.
It does, but I'd be a bit annoyed if I was Raven. Like, hey, you kicked out my finisher.
I guess, but then you could argue that Monty did beat him last week, so...
Yeah. But it's confirmed we will see Jeff Hardy challenge Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship at Victory Road.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. I mean, it's probably, for TNA's first full Sunday pay-per-view, having 2 names that are recognisable is a good idea.
Yeah.
So for having Jeff Hardy on there is better than having Monty Brown, I guess, because people won't know who Monty Brown is yet.
Yeah.
So it's more marketable for them. But the way that they were pushing Monty Brown, he was the only one that had a promo with Jarrett in the ring. Yeah. I thought it was going to be Monty Brown all day, but it was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting Jeff to win.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, it's probably their biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's certainly their biggest pay-per-view at this point ever. So
yeah.
You've probably got to have Jeff Hardy on the card, and if you're going to have him on the card, why not have him in the main event?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean he's going to win.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's going to win after he lost last time. But
I don't see him winning, to be honest.
Yeah. But overall, this match, I thought it was fun, but it booked weird. The start was really slow, but it picked up as Jeff got on the offense. It was weird that Abyss and Raven are salty for literally no reason. Like, they both lost clean.
Yeah, it was strange.
And it's weird that Jeff needed that help to win. Like, hey, this guy's going for the world title, but he won because Raven helped him.
I mean, wrestling-wise, the match, like you say, it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
I could give or take it. It wasn't my favourite match. It wasn't my least favourite match by a long way.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it felt a little bit overbooked. I don't think that Raven and Abyss really needed to be there.
No, God no. I wouldn't have had them there.
No.
I'd have had Jeff win clean, probably with a roll up like he did with Abyss last week.
As you say, it was like they were just salty for no reason.
Yeah, they lost clean. Get over it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It was just it felt a bit strange. This whole match for me.
Yeah. And afterwards, the commentators barely address it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's that big a moment, even though it clearly is.
Which again means, why wouldn't they just put it in the main event?
Yep.
Put it in the main event and make it a bigger moment.
Yep. But we immediately go backstage to Shane Douglas, who is with Dusty Rhodes. And immediately I write, this is going to be chaos.
I love that he called him Big Dust.
I didn't notice that.
Did you not? He went, I'm here with Big Dust. And I was like, yes. Yes, you are.
Dusty says that Hardy will let us know tonight what upping the ante means. Because he mentioned that in the first week and then didn't mention it again.
I can't even remember. I didn't know where that came from.
Yeah, so in the first week, Dusty said that Jeff Hardy will get his rematch and next time he'll up the ante.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all coming back.
Vince Russo comes to address Rhodes, saying that he is overstepping his boundaries. I mean, he isn't doing anything, really.
No, I mean, if he's in some sort of position of power, then he's not exactly exploiting it. He's just saying what Jeff's going to do. It's like...
Jeff can do what he wants. That's not Dusty's decision. Like, he can talk to him, and he can have friends.
He's not saying that I'm going to up the ante. He's saying that Jeff is.
If he's going, I'm going to run in and cost him the match, then fair enough. Maybe Dusty's stepping over the mark.
Yeah. Yeah, if he was like, I hate Jeff Jarrett, I don't want him to win, I'm going to screw him.
Yeah.
But no, he wasn't. He's just saying, oh yeah, Jeff Hardy's going to do this.
Yeah. Dusty says that Terry Funk, Harley Race, and Larry Zbyszko are all Russo's stooges, saying that Russo brought them in to take him out of TNA.
Yeah.
Dusty says they should let the people vote on who can run the company better, Dusty Rhodes or Vince Russo. And if we're basing this off WCW, the answer's Dusty.
I mean, yeah. If it actually was a public vote, which I'm highly doubting it's going to be.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely not real.
A landslide.
Russo says the vote will take place on November 7th at Victory Road, saying if the people want him, they can have him, in terms of Dusty. And he makes reference that it's election year.
Oh, I didn't know it was an election year.
I know it because it's every time there's a Euros is election year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020.
Although that'll probably... Oh, no. Because the Euros didn't happen last year, obviously.
They didn't, but they should have.
Should they?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they got cancelled for COVID.
Yeah, but why should they have gone ahead? Because of COVID?
Well, I'm not saying that they should have gone ahead. What I meant was they were scheduled.
I thought you were being some big anti-COVID.
No!
I was like, what do you mean? They should have.
It's like there should have been an Olympics last
year.
But there wasn't.
I get you now, yeah.
I probably should have said every Olympic year for a more global audience, but
who cares?
It's all about the Euros.
It's all about football.
But my first thought when I was seeing about, we're going to vote on it, it wasn't to do with the election. WWE are about to run Taboo Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, that just came into my head, but I called it Cyber Sunday in my head, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe they've just stolen it.
I was going to say, is this a coincidence or is this a reference, or is it? I don't know.
It's probably a little bit of a nod. But I mean, I guess with what you said at the start about Russo finding God, it probably would have happened in some way anyway, whether it was a vote or not.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's not a match.
Oh yeah, that was
because
the fear.
It could easily have been a match.
The fear is it was going to be Dusty and Terry Funk.
Oh, just don't want to see that.
Really don't want to watch that.
No.
Please don't do that.
But yeah, you can see where Cody got his ideas for taking shots at the opposition from.
Yeah, straight from his daddy.
It runs in the family.
Yeah.
Well, that has calmed down a bit now. Like quite a bit, I would say.
A bit, yeah.
I couldn't name what the last one was, but...
I probably couldn't name any of them because it slips out my mind, but...
Cody breaking the throne
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
That one was pretty
That was on the nose, yeah.
Yeah, and so, well, this one wasn't, but yeah.
No, I guess if you really thought about it, then you could draw the comparisons, but
it's just because I know that Taboo Tuesday's coming up, and I know that that's all about voting. This is about a vote.
Yeah.
Bit weird because voting isn't a thing that happens in wrestling often.
No.
It's not a trope.
Was Taboo Tuesday created because of the election?
It might be. It might be. I might have a watch of it and see if there's any mention.
Yeah, they might. Yeah,
but yeah. After at the end, after Russo walks off, Dusty looks into the camera and says, "Hi, I'm Dusty Rhodes, and I approve this message." And Shane Douglas looks confused.
Yeah, I love that bit. Dusty's so good.
I think Shane Douglas is my favorite backstage interviewer ever for all the wrong reasons.
His reactions to everything.
He's brilliant.
He's either really excited or really confused.
He's absolutely brilliant. I love him.
He's really good.
We are then told that Pete Williams is in action next ahead of his biggest defense yet, which is obviously AJ Styles at Victory Road.
Yeah.
Before the match, 4 names are added to the X Division Gauntlet match. Here we go.
I was so excited.
So last week, the almighty Jeff Hammond announced that Michael
Shane... Bobby Lashley.
Yes. Jeff Hammond announced that Michael Shane, Kazarian, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, and Jarrell Clark were in the X Division Gauntlet match at Victory Road to earn a number 1 contendership for the X Division title.
Yeah.
The new names added this week were... I'm going to save the best ones till last.
Okay, good, yeah.
Amazing Red.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Chad Collier of the Elite Guard, who we haven't seen since week 2.
No, and he did nothing.
Yep. Collier would go on to become a magician in 2011.
Oh, okay.
Sanjay Dutt.
Yes.
I knew that would pop you because you've been waiting for Sanjay.
Oh my god, he's so good.
Yeah.
Like one of the best X Division workers they ever had.
So there's something that
good.
So I looked up about Sanjay, like where he'd been, why he wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
This is going to be quite disappointing to hear.
Okay.
Apparently him and Dusty don't get along.
Oh.
And apparently he's basically very sporadic until Dusty goes.
Oh, okay. But at least he's going to be in this match. We get to watch him wrestle.
Yep. And then the final name, which they said first, which is a crime. They should have saved this till last.
Oh, yeah.
It's Shark Boy.
Yes.
Give me a shell, yeah.
It's pre him becoming Stone Cold.
I didn't know Shark Boy was here yet.
No, I didn't. This whole... I didn't know that Sanjay was there yet, and I didn't know that Shark Boy was there yet. So when he said both of those, I honestly popped so hard. I was so excited.
Looking at these announced names, these new ones, there are no winners there.
No, there's absolutely no way.
Amazing Red might, but probably not.
I could tell you something about Sanjay, which would mean that he absolutely wouldn't.
Well, I mean, the fact that Dusty doesn't like him, the head booker, isn't a good start.
I mean, yeah, but there is something else, but I don't know whether to tell you or not, because it's a massive spoiler.
I presume he never wins the X Division title?
Yeah, his whole thing in the late 2000s or the late 2010s, was that he's the best wrestler to never win the X Division title.
Well, I mean, he could win the gauntlet to become number 1 contender and lose.
I guess so, but I don't know. I just don't see him doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the match, though. It's more top-tier talent and Chad Collier, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing Shark Boy.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know his gimmick fully pre-Steve Austin, so...
He's a shark. There you go.
Ah. You know, I look at it and think that's ridiculous, and then also watch Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he's a dinosaur. He weighs like 3 tons.
Yeah, and then he does his promos, and he's like the most clever man in the world.
Yeah, and I love him. So
yeah,
I don't see why I couldn't love Shark.
You will love Shark Boy.
I'm sure I will. I love stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's dumb, but it's good. And when he becomes Stone Cold, it's the best.
But after this, we come back and making their entrance is Jason Picoro.
Yeah.
Which is a hard surname to say and spell because TNA spelt it wrong.
They spelt it wrong. They missed an R.
Oh, I'm glad you picked that up as well.
Yeah, I did a bit of Googling, don't you worry. There wasn't much.
No, he's jobbed for TNA a couple of times, but this would be his last.
Yeah, and his last ever match was June 2005.
Yeah.
So he's not a name to remember.
Not much to report on Jason.
No, although he also goes by Vince.
Oh.
His other name in wrestling was Vince Vicalo, which I found out.
I prefer that name.
Yeah, I do. Double V.
Petey Williams then makes his entrance alongside Scott D'Amore, who has once again had his coffee.
Yeah, he's buzzing, isn't he?
Yeah, he is all over the place.
He might be one of the best things every week. It's just how excited Scott D'Amore gets when he comes out.
Yeah. But as I watch this job at Enter, I just can't help but think, like, what could Petey Williams have done with Roderick Strong?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why? Because we get a recurring jobber at some point today. Oh, exciting.
Oh, you little tease.
Why would they not get Roderick Strong on again?
Yeah, I guess. The only thing when Jason came walking out the only thing that came into my head was, as long as he can sell the Canadian Destroyer, I don't care.
Well,
yeah,
we'll see about that.
Yeah, we will.
Picoro dodges Petey Williams' blindside attack before the bell and lays in punches before hitting 2 flying forearms and a drop kick. And I was just surprised to see him on the offense to start.
Yeah, I mean, it was again TNA hold up their what's the word?
I'm not sure.
Streak of having jobbers get the first shot in.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like their heels always have to take some offense, which is odd.
Yeah, just let them be heels, I guess.
Yeah, just let them dominate.
Like that Jeff Jarrett squash match we watched.
Yeah, there we go.
In the first 2, it's the second week or something, where he just came out and just decimated someone.
Yeah, but he still took him, like, around the ring, and I don't know.
Yeah, outside, yeah.
Petey is sent to the apron, and Picoro looks for a sunset flip powerbomb to the outside.
Yeah.
That would have been devastating if that happened.
Yeah, because the outside of the ring area isn't that wide.
No, he'd have hit his head on the barrier.
He'd have smashed his head onto the metal barrier, yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, Williams holds on to the ring rope and blocks it. I had a look because I was trying to think of the word for a sunset flip again. I couldn't think of it. I found it, and I saw a clip from TNA of Frankie Kazarian doing this exact move to one Max Buck.
Oh.
And it looked devastating. Like the commentators put on like the, I don't know if he's going to be okay voice. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Because it looked like he just took it on his head.
I love it when the commentators' voices go all deep and they're like, okay, we're going to get someone to go over and check on Max Buck.
Yeah. One of the podcasts that I watch called OSW Review, they call it the Owen voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a bit. Yeah.
Well, because that's what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah.
And then they found a way to exploit it.
Yeah. I mean, it adds to stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, Petey blocks the sunset flip and turns it straight into a leg drop on the apron, which looked fantastic.
Yeah, that Picaro sold it really well.
Yeah. And then D'Amore beats him up on the outside.
Yeah.
And I can't help but think as a jobber, I don't want to sell for Scott D'Amore.
No, you're literally there to do one thing, and that's put a guy over. You don't really want to be like, okay, Scott, lay some in.
Yeah, let this large man who clearly can't wrestle beat me up.
He's got charisma for days, though.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, I love him. Don't get me wrong. I just wouldn't sell. I just wouldn't want to sell for him.
I wouldn't really want to watch him wrestle either, to be fair.
Oh, I bet we do at some point though.
Yeah, probably.
Williams sets up for the Canadian Destroyer, but D'Amore shouts something to him, instructing him to instead hit the Styles Clash.
Yeah, that was great.
It was great. I really enjoyed that. Like, he looks straight down the camera, basically like winks at the camera before putting him into the Styles Clash and hitting it to get the win.
When he went for the Destroyer, I was excited because I do love myself a Canadian Destroyer. And then when I heard Scott D'Amore shouting something, I was like, "Oh, what is going on? Are they like trying to sell a bit of dissension? Like, was he telling him to beat him up some more?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh no, okay, yeah, that's great. I really like that. I like what they did a lot."
Yeah. Yeah, I love that bit of psychology at the end because this was a short match. It was all around good, fluid wrestling match for a 1 minute showcase.
Yeah, it was what it needed to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was quite good, like what they did.
Yeah, I like the finish a lot.
After the match, D'Amore gets in the ring and covers Williams with his jacket, and I'm like, "What on earth is going on here?" I thought he might have had a wardrobe malfunction or something.
It's like when you're getting changed at the beach.
Yeah, exactly. But D'Amore moves out the way, and Williams has pulled on one of AJ Styles' waistcoats to mock him.
Yeah, suits him.
Does it looks good?
Look really good.
This has Styles outraged that he's wearing his clothes.
Yes, how dare you have my jacket?
He comes flying out and hits Williams with 3 clotheslines before diving onto him and D'Amore on the outside. And then Styles rips the jacket off Williams as he scurries away.
The camera missed the dive.
Yeah, it did. But the
camera completely missed the dive.
I don't think he does that dive anymore.
I couldn't even tell what it was. Was it like
It's like the Taker does.
Yeah, where he kind of does it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like he dives over the top rope and does it into a flip.
Yeah.
I can't blame him not doing it aged like 42.
Oh, mate, we are in for a treat.
Oh, God, yeah.
When there's a match coming up and it's like one of the most famous TNA matches, it's him, Daniels, and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
And there's a dive in that. I'll say it because we've got a long time to go before we end up watching it. He does like a shooting star press over the top rope. It's the most mad thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there eventually.
So good.
Just to come down from that, we are then told that the 3 Live crew are looking to make an impact next.
Yeah.
Before that, we then see a Victory Road preview for AJ Styles versus Pete Williams, which is brought to us by TNAWrestling.com. How on earth did they get that sponsor?
I don't know. They must have absolutely paid through the nose.
Oh yes, but it looks like a good little showcase. I'm sure we'll see it again at some point.
I'm sure we will. Yeah.
We are then once again threatened by the New York Connection, who are still coming soon.
They're still wandering around New York with a bat.
Yeah, they don't know where Florida is yet.
They've not quite found a plane.
So in Florida, would people from New York be like, I suppose, like obviously WWE are famous for being from New York. Would they be considered the heels just for being from New York?
Yeah, I'd say so. This crowd very much like Florida, as we got from when Mike Tenay put them over.
Yeah, and I'm still not excited to see them, and also excited to see them in a sick way.
Oh yeah, I want to see how bad they are.
Yeah,
I want to see how cringe-worthy they can be.
Yeah, but we have a 6-man match next. The 3 Live crew take on Eric Stevens.
Yeah.
First of all, Eric Stevens last wrestled in October 2020, teaming with Filthy Tom Lawler against Top Flight, who are now with AEW, before announcing his retirement. He was the BLP heavyweight champion last year and defended the belt against Impact's Josh Alexander before losing the belt to Calvin Tankman, who would then immediately lose it to Jake something from Impact. So he had a link to Impact up until the end of his career, really.
Yeah, I mean, they also spelled his name wrong.
Did they?
Yeah, they spelled it ERIC, like Eric Rowan. Oh no, they spelled it ERIC, but it's actually spelled like Eric Rowan, so it's got a K at the end.
ERICK.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they spelled his name
wrong
as
as well. So.
they spelled his name
wrong as well. So.
I
spelled it wrong as well. There we go.
Well, you see, only I pay attention. So I did a bit of digging. Just had a little look around on Eric Stevens. He was trained by Roderick Strong.
Oh.
He was in Full Impact Pro in the early 2000s. He had matches with the likes of Shingo Takagi, Colt Cabana, Nigel McGuinness, Claudio Castagnoli, who is Cesaro.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson, obviously, is Daniel Bryan, and Go Shiozaki.
Wow.
He was in Ring of Honor in 2007. And he was in Prince Nana's little stable. I can't remember what they were called, but he was with Prince Nana.
Wow.
And then he initially retired in 2010, but he came back out of retirement in 2019.
Well, there you go.
So when he retired in 2010, he opened his own gym, and he was a strength coach for only women.
Oh, interesting.
There you go. Oh, he was also in 2007 the Wrestling Observer newsletter's Rookie of the Year.
Wait, what year was this?
2007.
Oh wow! I didn't. Wait, hang on. Rookie of the Year in 2007.
This is what it says on his. It was under awards on Cage Match.
I believe it. It's just. This is 2004, and he's wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you still a rookie 3 years into doing something?
I mean, it depends how good you are, or how often you do it.
I suppose if you're just jobbing, that's not like considered. You know what I mean? But like when you're actually wrestling, when you're actually putting on shows, winning some matches, okay, does make sense.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big a deal this guy was.
No, neither did I, and it was a real surprise when I was like looking at. I might, you know what? I didn't really do that much reading. I've got the list up of Rookie of the Year winners.
Yeah.
2007 was Eric Stevens from Ring of Honor.
Wow.
So yeah, it's true.
Wow. I had no idea.
No, I didn't.
I just assumed he was no one when he came out because that's who most of them are.
And as soon as I just said that, I said it out loud. I kind of thought, okay, that doesn't sound right. So that's why I've just Googled it. But yeah, 2007.
Yeah. Next was Spider Nate Webb, who has a spider on his chest and is called Spider because his surname is Webb.
Which I loved.
Nate Webb is still wrestling for GCW to this day.
Yes.
I couldn't find much, but what I did find was a review on cagematch.com.
Go ahead.
1 out of 10.
Oh.
To call Nate Webb a terrible wrestler is like pointing out that the sun is hot.
Oh no.
Webb was like a lot of his ilk in the deathmatch ranks. He did stupid stunts to cover his lack of ability.
Yeah, he was very CZW centric, I think.
He looks like he came straight from CZW.
Yeah. I mean, I also did a little bit of digging about Spider. So yeah, I also found that he was in GCW still. He also wrestles under the name El Drunko.
Yes, I did see that. Because he wrestled two GCW matches on the same day. One is El Drunko and one is Nate Webb.
He's kind of a little bit of a cult hero for like the deep indie scene.
Right.
Because he uses Teenage Dirtbag as his entrance music.
How old is he?
I don't know.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah, probably late 30s.
He's just a teenage dirtbag.
But what he used to do is he used to come out with a guitar. And so he'd be playing Teenage Dirtbag and he'd be singing it. And
no.
In 2018, at a GCW show, Wheatus actually played Teenage Dirtbag as he made his entrance.
No way.
Yeah, there's video of it on YouTube. In 2018, Wheatus played Teenage Dirtbag for his entrance, and it was a match against MJF. And the story.
Oh my god.
The story for the match was that MJF went to sing Teenage Dirtbag at a school talent show when he was younger.
That makes sense.
And before he could start singing, he was booed off stage and was haunted by the song.
Oh my god.
And there's a very, very, very funny video package of MJF. It was like a flashback to him when he was going to sing it. So they got a kid to dress as MJF with the scarf and get booed off a stage. And then MJF's just walking around doing his everyday life stuff. And he can't escape the song. So everywhere he goes, he keeps hearing Teenage Dirtbag everywhere he goes. He beats up a busker on the street who is playing Teenage Dirtbag, and he subsequently gets a feud with Nate Webb because that was his entrance music.
Wow, that's really good. Is this GCW?
GCW, yeah. In 2018. The match is on one of those Chinese websites that all the matches are on.
Joey Janela, you've outdone yourself.
It was class. It's really. I was watching it last night, and I told you last night I found some absolute gold.
Oh yes,
and yeah,
yes, you have.
MJF hating Teenage Dirtbag.
That's really good. I really like that.
But it was full on. Wheatus were there doing his entrance.
I can't believe they got them.
It was really good.
How are GCW still in business?
And he comes out and he's like singing along with them. He still looks the same. He looks like a CZW guy. But yeah, he's fully going for it. It's great.
And then the final member of this three-way is John Thadio.
He was also there.
He does not have any internet footprint, so no information on Mr. Thadio.
No, the only thing I could find was that there's a masseuse in America called John Thadio, but I don't know if it's him or not.
Honestly, definitely could be him.
Probably, yeah.
We then finally get a proper look at all three members of the Free Live crew.
Yeah.
And you get Ron Killings and BG James in their basketball shirts and Conan in a plain black shirt because he just didn't want to take part.
He didn't get the message.
He looks like their dad taking them out for a day out.
Yeah, it actually does. He looks like the older brother, you know, when there's like a 10-year difference. The older brother that's been told by the parents, look, just take him to the park.
Yeah.
So he's took him to the park, and he's just trying to act cool because there's girls at the park. his little brothers are showing off, and he's like trying to be there. Oh yeah, I've got my sunglasses on. I wear black because I'm edgy.
Terrified that he'll see his mates.
Yeah. See his mates play football, and then he has to pretend like he doesn't know his brothers.
He sees Team Mexico, and he just like tries to hide.
He's like, well, yeah, he sees La Parka.
The jobbers respectfully wait outside the ring as Ron Killings dances, and then Conan grabs the mic.
Yes.
Conan once again asks where the dogs are at, and the crowd barks. This time, Road Dogg's right next to him, so there's no excuse for not knowing where the dog's at.
We know where the dog is.
He's literally there, Conan.
He's right there.
He then shouts something in Spanish that I don't know, but the crowd are into it.
Yeah, I don't think they know either, but they just hear foreign and think, yeah.
Yeah. Then BG James takes the mic.
Oh, yes.
Before we get into this, Road Dogg recently had a heart attack and has recently come out of hospital, which is fantastic news.
Yeah, obviously, thoughts and prayers are with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad to see that he's well. Glad to see that things are going well.
Yeah.
I was terrified heading into this week, as I mentioned to you.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of discussion about this.
Yeah. I have previously made fun of Road Dogg.
We both have previously made fun of Road Dogg.
Because I find him really funny.
Yeah.
Intentionally and unintentionally.
Yeah.
And I was really scared about making jokes about him this week. But thankfully he's okay.
We had a full-on debate, didn't we? We were like, is it okay to make a joke about him?
Yeah.
And as of that time of recording, he's okay.
Yeah.
He's out of hospital.
Just
which obviously, wrestling is a stupid thing. But obviously we don't want people being ill or anything like that. So no matter what jokes we make, none of it is personal. It's all because wrestling is stupid sometimes.
No. At the end of the day, Road Dogg is a legend in the business one way or the other, no matter how you slice it. Yeah. But I'm sure he could look back at his time in TNA and have a good laugh about it as well.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah. So that's why I feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
BG James takes the mic and immediately starts ripping off the New Age Outlaws intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote it down. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, NWA TNA proudly brings to you, and then he cuts himself off. He says that everyone's gunning for Victory Road, and the Three Live Crew are doing the same dang do. He says it doesn't matter who wins the tag team title match later because the Three Live Crew will be the next tag team champions of the world. Not necessarily. If Team Canada win, they'll be the next tag team champions of the world.
Yeah.
Just by technicality.
I didn't even think of that.
So
they could be the next tag team champions of the world.
He then goes straight back into stealing the New Age Outlaws shtick. Not one, not two, but the Three Live Crew. But the jobbers kindly waited for BG James to finish his shtick before they jumped all three of the Three Live Crew.
Yeah, let him get his stuff in.
You even see them bobbing around the ring, just waiting for him to finish.
Yeah. It's we're gonna cheat, but we're not gonna ruin your spot.
Yeah, I mean, this is just so good. We're gonna listen, but then we're gonna jump you,
and then we're gonna cheat. Yeah.
Three Live Crew quickly regain control. They barely took any offense.
Yeah.
Truth hits a mad spinning kick. Like I say that Jeff was mad earlier. R-Truth just starts flying.
Yeah, he's really, really talented.
Yeah. Conan then hits a rolling clothesline before hitting Spider with an Alabama slam, which was nice.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean about Conan this week.
There we go. I'm glad you're finally coming to my side.
The what is it? I know that Xavier Woods called it the honor roll.
Yes.
The flipping clothesline thing.
Mm.
Yeah, that looked bad.
It was slow. It was really slow.
He nearly didn't flip over. He got on his hands and went, "Whoa," and then kind of got over.
Yeah. Conan and James hold Webb's legs apart, letting Truth hit a top rope leg drop to his crotch.
Yeah.
Before he rolls out.
Definitely not a low blow.
No, absolutely not. It's like when the Dudley Boys, yeah. Definitely not a low blow.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're lying down.
Yeah, then you can't low blow them if they're lying down.
Yeah, exactly.
James and Conan then hold up Thaddeus with Truth hitting a huge jumping kick. He gets so much height.
Yeah.
And then James pins him to win.
Yeah. Fine.
It's weird doing a 6-man squash because it's hard for everyone to get their stuff in.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw James do a wrestling move.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
You're complaining.
Yeah.
He did what he was there for. He did the little promo. Kind of somewhat helped in the match. That's fine.
I made a little note. Ron Killings carries this team in the ring. Road Dogg carries the group as a mouthpiece, and Conan is also there.
Conan asks where the dogs are.
He does ask where the dogs are, which is the least over part of their intro.
Where are his dogs?
He stood right next to him.
Oh,
Were his sunglasses that dark?
They might have been, actually. That kind of explains it. Maybe his sunglasses were that dark that he thought the shirt he was wearing was the blue basketball shirt.
He didn't even notice he had sleeves.
No, he looked down and was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm in full gear." And then the crowd are just like, "You're wearing black, mate."
Yeah. I don't enjoy him. I don't enjoy him still.
No. I'm on board with that now.
We then go backstage to Shane Douglas, who is interviewing Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett is asked about Dusty upping the ante. He suggests that it might be that they'll paint their faces and they'll have a clown match, or possibly stand under a black light and let their teeth glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Not sure that would work as a match, but I like your thinking.
I mean, it'd be a different match.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing on Jeff Hardy's stereotypes, but that's a weird direction to go.
I've never seen a glowy teeth match. Have you?
I haven't, no. So innovation, but
exactly. No, this was so strange. He sounded like he didn't know what he was saying.
Yeah, it's like he'd seen Jeff Hardy for about 5 minutes and went, "Okay, so that's what he is."
Yeah, it's like what somebody flicking around the channels and seeing Jeff Hardy would think.
Yeah. He says he doesn't know. He doesn't want to know what Hardy gets up to on his days off.
No, I don't.
You definitely don't.
No, because he probably wouldn't be employed.
Yeah. but he is into being the best in the world 24/7. Ron Killings hears this and gets an idea.
Yeah.
He calls Jeff Hardy a super freak and says that he can't beat him. The super freak stuff was weird.
Super freak. He's super freaky.
He really is. Shane Douglas then says, so Jarrett tries to walk away, but Douglas pulls him back, says that Hulk Hogan and Sting have been here and they're both outsiders. He then suggests that the outsider might be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. So hearing the words Hogan, Sting, and Austin, I was like, oh no. What are you saying?
Who told him to suggest that it might be Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Why get the fans thinking about that?
Talk about setting the bar too high.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it could be Steve Austin. And it's like, oh no, it's actually these two.
Actually, who could it be that would be more exciting than Steve Austin?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Sting, an outsider, maybe, because he was like sitting in the rafters. Hogan, an outsider, not really. Like he wasn't one of the outsiders.
He was,
but he was with
though, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's not
outsider.
No,
not even remotely.
No. He's not like you think of Sting and you think, yeah, he could be an outsider because he's a bit of an outcast. He's like you say, sits in the rafters, dresses like the Crow. But Steve Austin isn't.
No,
he's not an outsider, is he?
He owns a ranch.
Yeah.
Like he's the rattlesnake. He's so weird.
Yeah.
I just wrote that's very optimistic from Shane.
Yeah. Shane's just shooting now. He just wants to see people.
He's just trying to tease him in.
Yeah.
Jarrett says that there are only two true outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. They finally said it.
Yeah, my note here was, oh no, we're like 20 O's. It's like, they've actually said it. It's official.
That's not nearly enough O's.
No, it wasn't, but I was tired. I was tired of holding the O down.
Yeah. So, okay. So for me, you either play this outsiders thing to the point where it's like, okay, everyone knows, but we're going to play it until the pay-per-view. Or you make it more subtle and then you drop it as a surprise. This wasn't a surprise to anyone, but then they just blew it in a random backstage segment.
It was stupid.
Why did they do that?
It's really stupid. And it's like, I understand it if they'd have done it the week of the pay-per-view, like on the go-home show. Because if you do it on the go-home
show up.
You do it on the go-home show, then people are going to think, okay, yeah, I'm going to watch that because they're on it. You do it on this, it gives people time to forget.
Yeah. This really annoyed me. It's just like TNA, because some of the stuff we've seen has been really good.
Yeah.
And then they go and do exactly what TNA beat with, just terrible booking. Just like, oh, here's the classic TNA. It's really annoying because you know they can do better than this.
Yeah. I mean, this was just stupid.
It was.
It really bothered me. It did bother me.
Jarrett confirms that Scott Hall is coming in and that he's on Jarrett's side, but suggests that Kevin Nash is on the other side. What
a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
I had to stop myself there.
Yeah.
What? Why? You're going to go on about having the outsiders on your side for 5 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it's been, and then only one of them's on your side.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And you've got the worst one of the two on your side.
Yeah.
Because I know that Kevin Nash can somewhat wrestle at this point, even though he could never particularly wrestle. But Scott Hall cannot wrestle at this point.
No, absolutely not.
Like, he's in tatters.
Oh, it's so... Thinking back on it, at the time, I didn't think it was... I thought, yeah, okay, this is a bit dumb. But now thinking back on it and actually talking about it, yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's really stupid. Thank you, TNA.
Yeah.
And it's not even the fun stupid that you know TNA for. It's the stupid stupid.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, there's a guy dressed as a shark that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is, okay, yeah, you're splitting up the thing that you've been putting over for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Without even seeing them.
But don't worry, don't be too down, because next we go to Jeff Hammond, baby.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Jeff.
What? Can we just talk about what a beefcake he was in this?
Oh, Jeff has always been beefcake. I don't know how it's taking you this long to notice.
No. Okay, so previous weeks he's a handsome man.
Oh,
Previous weeks he's been in a nice button up. He's been in a jacket.
Yeah.
And this week he had his branding on.
Yeah.
He had his full-on branding. He had his TNA shirt with the tight sleeves, showing off the guns.
Well, he had to show off the guns where he was.
Yes,
he's in Atlanta, Georgia for the GNC Show of Strength.
Yes.
I didn't realize he was competing.
My favorite show.
It's so south of America. Not South America, but south of America.
Yeah, it's so Brazil.
That's so Uruguay.
Goddamn Chile.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know why you're there, Jeff. Why are you not in the Impact Zone?
What's the point?
I've no idea.
What is this? Why is this time being used like this?
We could get in this point, we could get some context of why Raven and Abyss were so mad and what's going on with them. No.
We get Jeff in his tight shirt.
Yep.
In a ring.
Yeah. So he has his 6 points of impact, where he basically just tells us 6 things that are happening on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was literally.
So point 1 was it's a new beginning for TNA. That's not a point.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that's happening. That's just a statement.
Yeah.
Point 2, the Outsiders. Okay, you've just spoiled who that is anyway, so you've ruined that one. Good, well done. Point 3, Piper's Pit. We'll get on to that. Point 4, X Division title match. Yep, we've seen a video package for it and the X Division champion already. Didn't need this.
Yeah, knew it was coming.
Point 6, World title match. Oh no, point 5 is Russo and Dusty, which was announced today, so we didn't need this.
Yeah.
Point 6, Jarrett versus Hardy. We just saw the number 1 contenders match.
Yeah.
We didn't need this.
Nope.
We've been told about all of these things except for Piper on this show, and we get told about Piper later.
Completely and utterly pointless.
Yep.
His
if this were an advert somewhere else, maybe it'd make sense.
Yeah.
If they're sticking this on like their Facebook. I don't know if Facebook's a thing yet, but that would make sense.
Early, is that the Facebook back then?
Yeah.
Oh, but oh my god. I just what does he add?
Nothing. He adds nothing.
We joke every week. Every week when we talk, we joke about how Jeff is the best thing on the show. I can't joke anymore.
You've broken only 6 weeks in.
Stupid.
It is stupid. It's really dumb.
Taking up time.
Yep.
The only time this would have been acceptable is if he was on some morning show, some like Good Morning Britain in England.
Yeah.
If he was on, because they have those morning shows in America.
Oh yeah, loads
regional.
Of them.
So if he was on one of those, but he wasn't like there to be interviewed, he was just doing this. This was his little segment. So there'd be some like woman, like orange lady, doing a little thing with the camera, saying, "Okay, yeah, we've got TNA wrestling's in town this week, and we've got Jeff Hammond with 6 points of impact that you should know before you go to the show."
Yep.
That would make sense.
Yep.
If this is on the show, people are watching the show. People know what's going on.
Yeah.
They
Even on Explosion.
Yeah.
But no.
They don't need to be told what's going on. Because that's what storytelling's for.
It's so bad.
It's actually triggered me a little bit.
Yeah. You're really enjoying this show, aren't you? But next up, Brian Gamble is our first returning jobber.
He's back, baby. That's my note.
How is
Hammond, baby? It's Brian Gamble is back, baby.
How is Brian Gamble the one that they went, you know what? He's the guy.
Are you trying to say he's not as talented as Roderick Strong?
I think Brian Gamble would accept that.
I don't know, you know.
From what we know about Brian Gamble, probably not.
I'm highly impressed by Brian.
I'm not. As he makes his entrance, Raven hits him with a chair, robbing us of another Brian Gamble classic.
Yeah.
We're told that it was going to be Gamble versus Abyss, but Raven gets on the mic and says that Monty Brown, Abyss, and Jeff Hardy are all journeymen compared to a deity such as himself.
Oh, God.
Has big broken Matt vibes.
Yeah, just without the funny voice.
Yeah. He says that he should be and will be NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He says Jarrett should fear him. And then the best part of the show says that he will get inside his skull, crawl inside his veins, rip out his bone marrow, spit in his lungs, and stick forks in his brain.
Yeah.
I was laughing all the way through that.
Yeah.
What would spitting in his lungs change?
I mean, you're not meant to get liquid in your lungs, are you? You can't breathe in water.
All the rest seem pretty devastating, but spitting in his lungs, I think he could cope.
I bet a certain amount when you swallow. A certain amount.
How much spit does Raven have?
Yeah, how much is he going to do that's actually going to have an effect on his his well-being? He'll be there for a while if he's trying to get at least a small puddle.
And he's got to stick forks in his brain, so he can't be wasting time on spitting in his lungs.
Is he taking the forks into his skull with him? Because he's going into his skull, so I assume he's going to take them with him.
They'll be in his pocket, I presume. Although he wears a skirt.
He does wear a skirt.
So
he doesn't have pockets. So where's he tucking?
That's for Raven to answer.
You'd have thought that he wouldn't take metal cutlery in.
Oh yeah, he's using plastic forks.
If he's not got a pocket and he's tucking, then he's not taking a metal fork because that could dig into his leg.
Yeah, he's going to injure himself here,
which could leave a nasty scar. So if you're going into someone's skull, you're going to take plastic cutlery. I mean, it's just it's the done thing to do.
Yeah. Thankfully, Monty Brown comes out to inform him of this by punching him once again. Abyss then comes out and the three men brawl. Abyss hits Brown with a black hole slam and the security eventually split them all up. Are we getting Abyss versus Brown versus Raven at Victory Road?
I'm going to read you through my notes. My notes were Brian Gamble is back, baby. And then
never mind.
Mine is let it go, Raven. Then you literally lost. And then I put what is going on?
Yeah.
And then I put triple threat ? And the best bit about this whole segment was a black hole slam straight onto the microphone.
Yeah, right onto it. That cannot been a pleasant experience.
Must have killed.
Oh god, yeah.
Because it's a triangular microphone, so it was onto a point.
He took it like a champ, to be fair.
Oh, it fully shattered as well. Like there were bits of microphone left in the ring.
Yeah.
And then also, one of the security guards really cared.
Oh yeah, and he was there last week as well, I think. Oh no, he was there when Jarrett and Brown had a confrontation.
One of them fully bolted into the ring and like split them up. But when he split them up, it looked like he was just going for a cuddle.
Yeah.
Like
they fully go for it.
He had a little hug. And the other security guard, he didn't care.
No, he really didn't.
He just walked in.
He kind of just stood in one of the corners.
Yeah, just went, stop it. What are you doing? Stop it.
Come on, guys.
Come on, we're better than this.
How would you feel about seeing TNA? How do you feel about seeing Raven, Brown, and Abyss on pay-per-view?
Indifferent.
Oh.
I don't really think it. I don't know. This
potential like next #1 contender.
Yeah, probably. And it's a way to get. It's a way to get either Monty or Abyss over by giving them a win on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I don't want Raven winning this match.
Have you fully turned on Raven?
Look, I hated this promo.
I enjoyed the absolute bombastic nature of climbing inside of Jeff Jarrett.
With his plastic forks. Yeah, but
exactly.
I just hated it. I really didn't like it. I don't like that he's come out. He comes across like, you know how we joke that Darby Allin is like the emotional 14-year-old that's just listened to My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
He comes across like he's the emotional dad that's just discovered My Chemical Romance.
Is he Darby Allin's dad?
He could be.
Although it's probably Sting, as things stand.
That's his uncle.
Okay.
Sting's the cool uncle, Raven's the weird dad.
So making Sting and Raven brothers.
Tell me that Raven doesn't have an Evanescence poster.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Evanescence, he's got Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance.
I didn't know you'd been in my bedroom.
I didn't know I'd been in my bedroom when I was 13.
But yeah, that was a weird segment. But then we go to a pre-tape of Roddy Piper.
Christ, this gets better and better, doesn't
it? Piper talks about the old Piper's Pit segments. And it just so immediately feels weird that they're glorifying another company's work.
Yeah.
They're talking about, these legendary moments. Yeah, from the WWE or WWF.
That didn't happen here. We didn't do them.
Oh, they're just so legendary. That's why we didn't do them.
So legendary that we didn't do it.
Yeah. He says that there was no script. That's almost definitely a lie.
Almost certainly, yeah.
When Piper says that there was a microphone, they do the worst bit of editing I've ever seen on a wrestling show by putting up a stock image of a microphone.
I didn't notice that.
Oh my god, did you not see the stock images that they kept flashing up?
Doesn't spring to mind.
So he'd go like, the red light came on, and then there'd be a stock image of a red light flash up.
No, okay, I don't know. I don't remember.
It was ridiculous. It was so bad. He says that the first guest was Frankie Williams, and they flash up no photo available.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that bit.
Yeah, and says that nobody knew what was going to happen. He talks about how Frankie was a jobber, and it turned into a brawl. He said that no one wanted to be on the pit, and they would draw straws. It's crazy how Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan drew straws, the short straws, that week to set up WrestleMania 3. That's crazy how that happened.
That could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody that main evented WrestleMania 3. But no, it was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Yeah. What a stroke of luck.
All because of those straws.
Yeah. What a stroke of luck.
He also says that it was the first ever reality TV show.
Debatable.
It wasn't, because it wasn't real.
Yeah, it was fake. It's literally the opposite of reality.
I can't read the word that I have written down here because it will get taken down. I hated this.
Yeah.
It wasn't real. It was all scripted. It was fake. It's not real, Roddy. You're 50 years old. Accept this. I get told how good a promo Roddy Piper is, and I haven't seen it yet.
I love that.
I hated this.
I loved it last week when he was actually cutting a promo, but this was like a stupid shoot interview.
I hated it.
So I'll read you my notes. I wrote 2 notes, and it was, is he drunk?
I thought he was drunk as well. Oh my god, I wanted to write it, but it felt a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, but I've said it now, so it's all right.
Yeah, he sounded drunk.
So I put, is he drunk? And then my next note was, is everyone drunk?
Just because whoever edited it was drunk.
This show descended into madness.
Yeah.
It's
just like a good 20-minute run of absolute awfulness.
It keeps going.
Yeah. I just don't know what the hell.
What's going on?
And I also wrote, I didn't like Piper before. I like him less now.
I mean, I like him less, and I liked him last week, so it's fine.
Yeah. What were your feelings about him beforehand?
I've kind of always been a little bit indifferent just because I've never really seen much of him.
You just know that he's a legend, so it's just that respect.
Yeah, you know when he passed, obviously everyone was going on about how good he was. So I've never. It doesn't really interest me to go back and watch, to be honest.
Yeah,
that sounds bad. But it doesn't really interest me. So I've always just kind of gone and looked at him as somebody who has a lot of respect in the business. So
yeah,
I guess he must have been good.
I mean, look, the Hulk Hogan taking off was a big part of that because he was his foil.
Yeah.
But man, I do not enjoy his work.
No.
At all.
You've probably watched a lot more than me.
I what can I say? I don't want to mutate your opinion, but God, this was bad.
Yeah, this wasn't a good experience to have for saying I haven't watched much of him.
Yeah, and that's probably partly TNA's fault as well.
Almost definitely, they didn't need to put this on the show.
Yeah, we are then told that Team Canada versus Christopher Daniels and James Storm is the biggest tag team match in TNA history, and it's up next. We're then shown the same PT Williams and AJ Styles preview from earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, we get it. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Why? Why?
I've watched it once. Stop.
What I thought is because we're watching this on Fight.
Yeah.
How heavily edited are these shows? Because they obviously get out the ad breaks.
From what we see next, I don't think they're heavily edited. I just think it's they crop out the adverts either side and then they stick it on.
So they've literally not them because I thought this might have just been added again by accident.
I'm so unbelievably confident that TNA put it on twice.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I did also suspect that.
Yeah.
I'd give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, but
yeah. We are then shown my least favorite part of this show.
Oh my God.
It's an ad where they've got photos of the wrestlers and other personalities holding signs. I haven't wrote down who has these signs because
there's a few names. It's literally like there was Raven, AJ, Jeff Hardy.
What a little baby face AJ was as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know which one he was holding. I'll mention it when we get there. Okay. So the signs read out. They say size doesn't matter. It does. The other guys have big bodies and big egos. This is the point where I lose my mind.
Yeah.
They show in one of the entrance tunnels a fake Triple H.
Yeah, he spits the water and everything.
What? How on earth are you showing a fake Triple H? Why is this advert entirely a shot at Triple H?
I don't know. This is stupid. This show, honestly, I've said it already, but this show just got madder and madder.
I couldn't believe that they had a fake Triple H that was almost definitely Chris Harris.
Oh, I didn't even put any thought into who it could have been, but yeah, you've nailed it.
It's Chris Harris.
Yeah.
With I think he's got the tag title on.
Yeah, but they made it look like it was the WWF title.
Yeah.
WWE title.
I was so baffled when I saw this. I couldn't believe that they did this.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Again, we mentioned Cody taking shots. He never made someone dress up as Triple H.
No, he did hit a chair with a sledgehammer.
He didn't dress up as Triple H to do it.
No, he didn't come out dressed as early 2000s Triple H. No, that would have been funny though.
I couldn't believe I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was dumb.
But yeah, Triple H has made his debut on TNA Wrestling.
Yeah. That's a mention for Austin. It's a mention for Triple H and Piper's Pit. So
also, we have the name of this episode, Triple H in TNA Impact.
Yeah, we have the clickbait. We nailed it.
There we go. We've got a thumbnail.
Yeah.
The next signs say, "We have big cojones and bigger hearts," and AJ's just stood there smiling with the "and bigger heart" sign. It's oh, what a little baby face. And then there's a logo that says TNA size matters. This is so unbelievably small time.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea, because they have so many short guys in TNA, and that's the draw.
What does size matters even mean?
I have no idea.
Are they trying to say that Triple H basically has a small,
That must be it. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Because the whole thing was saying, so the way I interpreted it was, look, WWE have big guys that can't wrestle. We have smaller guys that can wrestle, so size doesn't matter. And then at the end, it says size matters.
I hate this so much.
Yeah.
And to show one of the world's most popular wrestlers and say, this guy's bad.
Yeah,
like, that probably alienates from your fans.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe this happened. It's the most small-time thing I've ever seen.
This show, man.
It tells you how small TNA are. Because, right, they know that that Triple H is the world champion. If you went up to Vince McMahon and said, who's the TNA world champion at this time, he couldn't tell you.
No.
And that's because he doesn't care.
He doesn't need to care.
No, and neither do TNA.
No. You don't address them.
Ignore them.
Yeah.
It's the best thing you can do. Yeah, keep up to date with what's happening. If there's someone out of contract, take them, and my God, do they. But, but like, don't reference the world champion.
It's like AEW every week firing shots at Adam Cole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
it's like just mention our dead friend over in Connecticut.
Just having someone dress up as Finn Balor.
Yeah. Honestly, don't give Tony ideas.
No, don't listen to me, Tone.
I think they're past that stage. I think they've realised that doesn't work.
I don't think they'd ever listen to me either.
Well, who knows?
I like your support of me.
But thankfully, the absolute nonsense is over.
Yeah, just about.
The 20 minutes of all-out weirdness is gone.
The acid has worn off.
Yeah. Russo has calmed down. He's taken his meds.
God has spoke to him.
And Eric Young and Bobby Roode come out with Eric holding the hockey stick flag. My first thought was, has Demore got hurt from that dive? Is that why they cut away? But no, we're told on commentary that Larry Zbyszko made the decision to bar Team Canada from ringside, as well as the rest of Triple X and AMW.
Now, I might be wrong on this, but I think they did say this during the Petey Williams match.
Oh, did they? I didn't notice.
Yeah. I think they said on commentary that they've just had word that Larry Zbyszko is banned.
Okay. My first thought was that Demore got hurt, and I was worried.
Yeah.
They were trying to sell it.
That jobber had shot on him in the back.
Yeah. Larry Zbyszko then joins Mike Tenay and Don West on commentary, being dragged away from the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride. Just a quick mention. Hang on.
That's a lot of M's.
That is a lot of M's. Just a quick mention.
Yeah.
Have we seen Larry's shirt yet?
No.
Okay. Do we see it? Is it this match that we see it?
We see it in this match.
Okay.
I've got it written down, don't you worry.
Okay, please interrupt me when we see Larry's shirt, because this is the highlight of the show.
I absolutely will, don't you worry.
Thank God. We are told that this match has a 30-minute time limit, which is good.
Yeah, although there's only like 10 minutes left of the show.
Yeah, but hey, it could carry over to next week, even though the show's edited. The crowd immediately chant USA, which angers Bobby Roode.
Yeah,
and nice.
You know what? Bobby Roode looks $1 million if he got rid of that goatee.
Yes, I hated that goatee. I don't think he had that previously.
Just get rid of it. It looks dumb.
Yeah, and he looks great with a full beard now.
Oh yeah, I mean he's money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's just money. He just is.
Yeah. And yet somehow he's also not.
I mean, he's money in TNA.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Roode dominates early, overpowering James Storm. James Storm eventually fires back with right hands and a great drop toe hold. Storm and Roode just do some excellent technical wrestling, and it makes you think they might make a great team.
Yeah, so it was at this point, because I was just watching the match, I was just thinking, okay, this is good. I mean, James Storm's doing stuff I've never seen him do before, which is mental.
Yeah.
But then I thought, hold on a minute. Hold on a second. That's beer money.
Yeah, I had that thought halfway through. I was like, hang on.
Yeah, it dawned on me because I was just watching it and then it just dawned on me. I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah, Storm hits another Hurricane Rana and a drop kick, which I assume dropped your jaw.
I can't believe. So you told me that James Storm does some mad stuff before I watched this. And I said to you that my whole experience of ever watching James Storm wrestle is he's like a cowboy brawler.
Yeah.
He's not athletic, like ridiculously athletic. He obviously can do drop kicks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you'd have said to me, "Oh yeah, James Storm does a good Hurricane Run," I'd be like, "No, he doesn't."
It's a really good one as well, isn't it?
It is. It's class.
Where's that been, James?
Just don't get used to it, yeah, because it doesn't last for long, I don't think. And he's a good wrestler. He's a good brawler.
Yeah. Only being missed to mention, this week on TNA, he had his 1000th match.
Yeah. Was it with Eric Young?
I believe so, yeah. And he reunited with Chris Harris, which was nice.
Yes, Chris Harris was in the back. Yeah, I did see that, actually.
Yeah, and they had a little hug, which was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that man puts in some work for this company.
He really does. He's an absolute workhorse. I know he goes to NXT for like a month.
Yeah, because I had to look up like what one of his moves was called, which we'll discuss later. Yeah. And the clip was in NXT, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this happened."
Yeah, it wasn't for very long. I don't think. I don't think it went very well, but he was there.
Yeah. Was he still James Storm?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice change.
I think he was still called Cowboy James Storm.
Oh, I don't know why they didn't push him. I'd have loved to have seen him.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good.
Speaking of Eric Young, Young tries to get involved, but Daniels cuts him off and throws him out. And there seems to be no problems between Daniels and Storm this week after last week's shenanigans.
No, and even when they came out, they like high-fived and like a little bit of a fist bump before they started the match. So it seemed to be all right now.
We head into a break, and as we come back, Daniels is in control of Eric Young. We see over the break that Scott D'Amore tried to get involved, and here's where we see Larry Zbyszko's shirt. So a referee and Larry Zbyszko try and guide him out, and we see that Larry Zbyszko is wearing a shirt with dogs riding Harley Davidsons.
God, it's the best thing in the world.
It's hilarious.
It was like Snoopy on a Harley.
Oh my god.
It was so good, but it's like you know where people airbrush cars and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like that style, isn't it? So it's like a bit crap.
Yeah.
So it's like just a little bit rubbish because it doesn't look like it's been done properly. But as just a dog riding a bike, oh my! It's the best thing in the world.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I couldn't believe the shirt.
Yeah.
Eric Young leapfrogs Christopher Daniels and goes down holding his knee. Daniels tries to take advantage, but the ref stops him, allowing Rude to blindside Daniels before Young immediately getting to his feet and laying kicks into Daniels.
The way that he sold it, or the way when he landed, it looked dodgy. Like he landed
really well with it.
His leg like buckled a little bit. And I thought, oh no.
Were you actually concerned that he was gone?
Yeah. When his leg buckled, I was like, oh no. Like, Eric, what's happened?
Yeah.
And then
Eric's only 25 at this point.
Yeah, and then Rude came in. I was like, oh crap. Is like because Danny Burch, when Danny Burch got injured on NXT a couple of weeks ago, only had to do the whole match.
Oh right.
So when Rude came in, I was like, oh no. They fully sold it to me. I bought into it.
Rude then tags in and hits a great body slam for 2. We're told by commentary that we are hoping for an update about the NWA title match this week. There's 6 minutes left of the show, and we're in the middle of a tag team title match.
Yeah, with a 30-minute time limit.
It's not a good sign.
No.
Rude has a long headlock on Daniels, but he manages to escape, and the two men trade strikes. Rude trips up Daniels with a running knee. I wasn't sure what to call this, but he always does it, and I quite like it. We know when he throws him into the ropes and then runs into him and hits him with a knee.
Yeah.
It's not a running knee because it's not Daniel Bryan.
Does he have a name for it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. We'll think of something.
He goes to punch Storm off the apron, which angers him, and Storm tries to get in the ring, but the ref stops him and he's distracted, allowing Eric to get back in and he gets a 2 count. And then they fake a tag.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fake tags?
I like it.
It's a good cheating tactic.
I like the psychology about it.
Yeah, very FTR.
There's one in the previous week where they did it as well.
I'm glad it's a thing they do.
It was Rude again, and it was so good. I made a note of it last time. I didn't make a note of it this time because I kind of got used to them doing it. No, I really like it.
Daniels finally gets a tag, but Rude distracts the referee, and he doesn't see it, so he stops Storm from coming in, and he fully manhandles him.
Yeah, yeah. He just went for him, didn't
he? Yeah. And as the ref's distracted, Team Canada once again group up on Daniels before faking another tag.
Yeah.
Rude hits a beautiful suplex and a knee drop to Daniels before Young hits an elbow drop from the top rope, but Storm breaks up the pin. That was lovely.
Really nice elbow drop.
Shawn Michaels-esque.
Eric Young is really good.
He is, yeah. And WWE did nothing with him.
So everyone in this match, bar Christopher Daniels, is a future TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
And Christopher Daniels should have been. So.
He should have been, yeah.
I would say in the ring, he's probably the most deserving of the lot.
He's probably the best in the ring, I'd say. Probably character-wise, you give it to Rude, but in ring, definitely Daniels.
Yeah. It's a real shame, really.
Strange world.
Daniels does go on to win the Ring of Honor title, though, does he not?
Oh, now you're asking.
I am. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Rude holds Daniel in place for Eric Young to punch him, but Daniels ducks and Young punches Rude off the apron. When has that spot ever gone well?
Yeah, it's like the Young Bucks because Excalibur calls it the 1%, because 1% of all Young Bucks move are to the Young Bucks.
Very good. I didn't know that one.
I think it's 1% or something percent. But it's a percent, and it's because like the percentage of their moves usually happen to the other Young Buck.
Yeah.
So it's a tag team thing. It's a trope of tag team wrestling, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Daniels takes out Young with a huge clothesline. Rude manages to get up, and both he and Storm get the hot tag. Storm ducks a Rude clothesline, takes out Eric before clotheslining Rude. Storm then hits a back body drop and a power slam, and then an unreal Poison Rana.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw that was the moment that I was like, just you wait until you see what James Storm does.
Just ridiculous. I can't get my head around it.
Like, he gets up and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, there's no way.
Like, AJ's doing that and you're like, yeah, that makes sense, but not James Storm.
No, it's mad. And just enjoy it while you can, because it doesn't last for very long.
Oh, no. Young breaks up the pin from the Poison Rana. Young and Rude team up to hit Storm with a clothesline, but Daniels breaks up the pin. Daniels throws Rude into Young and slams Rude down before hitting the best moonsault ever. Young again breaks up the pin. The best moonsault ever just doesn't finish matches.
No, but it looks class.
Oh, yeah. And I wish it did finish matches.
Yeah. It probably will eventually.
Yeah, but every time we've seen it so far, it's either been missed or kicked out of, or...
I mean, his finish usually is the Angel's Wings.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's more of... It's like Jeff Hardy's Twist of Fate. Although that did get him a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's his secondary.
It sets up the Swanton.
Yeah.
It's like AJ Styles and the Phenomenal Forearm.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
James Storm looks to hit the 8-second ride. That's the one I had to Google.
Okay.
Did you know that one?
No, I didn't.
Because I had a list of his moves, and I was like, none of these sound like they're right. So I had a look. Yeah, apparently that move's called the 8-second ride.
Right.
So he gets Rude up for the 8-second ride, but Young pushes Daniels into him, allowing Rude to roll him up for 2. But did Storm forget to kick out, or did the ref not count it when he should have?
I think this was a botch.
I'm pretty sure it was. That felt like the finish.
I think the ref botched the finish.
Yeah, the ref should have counted 3 there. I don't know why he didn't.
I mean, there's one thing that kind of, I don't know. It kind of, the only reason I can think is because he realised that he wasn't legal.
Was he not?
I don't know, because then Eric Young rolls him up.
Yeah. Eric Young immediately rolls up Christopher Daniels, and Team Canada are the new tag team champions.
Exactly. So I think that the way that the finish happened is they kind of were going for, Bobby Roode's not the legal man. And
I'm not sure who was the legal man, to be honest.
Oh, I've got no idea. And this is something that TNA keep doing, is nobody knows.
Yeah. I think it's less egregious in a tag match because, like, the Team Canada are cheating anyway with like the fake tags and stuff. So really, who was the legal man? No one knows.
Well, that's the only way I can think that the finish wasn't botched, is that the referee was like, okay, you're not legal. I'll count this pin instead, and that was the 3.
It was really weird.
It was strange,
and it was a shame.
It was a shame because it's a good match.
I did enjoy this. I enjoyed this a lot. I've always enjoyed the work of Team Canada since day one.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that this tag team story is over.
Yes, thank God. Although it is the second tag title change in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Team Canada should have a solid reign, though, especially with the only team on their tail being the 3 Live crew.
It does make me think, why did they put the titles on Storm and Daniels?
I just think it was so that both halves of AMW and Triple X had the same amount of tag title reigns. So when they come out, they can go, they're time tag champions.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a logistics thing more than anything.
Exactly, because if you have to go, well, technically he's a 2-time champion, he's a 3-time champion, like, makes things muddy, so it just evened it out.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Plus, them facing off was always going to be like an interesting dynamic that you had to explore.
And it kind of did. It gave the story that, okay, they've realised they've got to work together to be against Team Canada.
Yeah, and then immediately lose the second they decide to work together.
Yeah. So maybe they need to go back to their other teammates.
Yeah, well, that's it. This match leaves me excited to see AMW versus Triple X.
Yeah, which isn't. It should be where it goes. It's a weird thing that there's not going to be the titles involved in it.
It is, but you had to get the titles off them to make it happen.
Yeah.
Pete Williams and Scott D'Amore come out to celebrate, and at this point I realise that the only belt that Team Canada doesn't have is the world title. Rufy Silverstein, you know what to do.
Or Scott D'Amore.
Well, or Johnny Devine with a stabbed throat.
God bless him.
Appendix, sorry. It was Perry Saturn being shot in the neck, is what I was thinking of.
You went straight for the throat.
Well, we then go backstage to Shane Douglas, who's in a dark hallway.
Yeah.
He's looking for Jeff Hardy. He finds him.
He finds him all right, yeah.
Jeff Hardy is in a dark room in a glow-in-the-dark clothes on top of a ladder with his face painted, dancing and miming climbing a ladder.
That was the best bit.
So we find out what Jeff likes to do in his free time.
He's a paint mime.
It was
UV paint mime.
If I saw that, I'd run.
Oh yeah, if you were walking round, even if you knew it was a production studio, you knew it was somewhere that TV was filmed, and you walked around a corner and saw a man covered in white UV paint on an orange UV ladder, pretending to climb said ladder while he was already sat on the top, and then doing a gun sign.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, I'm going to get out of here.
Bizarre. Shane Douglas says, yeah, this is what I call upping the ante, sending a message to the champ that he may not like.
I love the yeah. I love Shane.
So this confirms that Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett will be a ladder match, or at least Jeff's asking for one. I presume it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean...
Why would you tease it otherwise?
I know that TNA like doing their reverses of matches. They have the reverse battle royal, so they could be a reverse ladder match.
No.
Oh, you say no, but it is coming. There is one.
It feels like it's too soon for that.
I don't know. I don't know. Isn't that what the King of the Mountain match was?
Just a ladder match. Oh, a reverse ladder match. Yeah, you had to hang the title. Yeah. I hope not. It is dumb.
I don't think they'll do that.
You know what's funny? The idea that you have to put it there to become the world champion, and then because you've put it there, you then have to take it off, which you do in a normal ladder match.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Can you imagine if they did that with Money in the Bank?
You had to hook it up.
You had to hook the briefcase up and then hook it off to win it.
Well, then Otis wouldn't have won it, so there you go.
I mean, he didn't really win it, did he?
He won it, all right.
He won it, but let's be honest.
But at this point, I was wondering, like, I'm pretty sure Jeff Hardy has a bad record in ladder matches.
What, for saying he's well known for them?
He's well known for them, but he always loses. I'm pretty sure. I didn't look up the stats.
Yeah,
but every single one of the TLC matches between the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardy Boys, Jeff lost.
He lost to Taker.
Yeah, he lost Taker, which was what I was going to say.
He lost to CM Punk.
There we are. So Jeff doesn't win ladder matches.
He lost to Edge.
There we go.
He beat Edge.
There we go. He's got one.
He beat Edge, I think.
But he just doesn't win ladder matches. So
no. I don't think he's going to win this either.
No, I don't think so. Like, the fact that he lost to Jarrett the previous month is not a good sign.
Yeah, I think Dusty's going to cost him.
Oh.
No, he's not really. I don't really think that.
I was going to say, it's very controversial.
Dusty Rhodes heel turn.
Oh, God, please.
Never happens.
That does not happen. Overall, I think this is possibly the worst show we've seen so far.
This is my least favourite show we've reviewed.
Yeah. Very little wrestling on this show. Jeff versus Monty was good, but not as good as his match with Abyss last week. Tag title match was good, but the ending was weird. And the rest of the show was nonsense or filler.
Just random stuff. It's like they were literally like, what can we... It's like they struggled for time.
Mm.
They struggled to fill it, I think.
Yeah. And previous weeks, it was like, oh, God, they're struggling to get everything in.
Yeah.
This week, they can't find anything.
Yeah, we'll play the same video package twice.
That's ridiculous.
They did it again, you know. Did you not notice they did the tag title one before the match, and then they played it earlier in the show as well? They did it twice.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they did. They showed the X Division one and the tag title one twice.
That's ridiculous.
It's mental.
Yeah. This is the worst show we've seen, and it can only be up from here.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, and there was still good wrestling on it.
Yeah, so I think we're 2 weeks of television, maybe 3 weeks.
I think it's 3.
3 weeks away from Victory Road.
22nd and the 29th.
22nd, 29.
And then whatever, the 5th or the 6th, whatever.
Yeah. So they need to get the gears going because there's only like 2 or 3 matches announced.
Yeah.
Which 3 hours, that's probably 6 matches minimum. Although that gauntlet match could take up 3 hours based on what they've said.
So what do they have? They've got the gauntlet match. They've got Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jarrett. They're going to have
the title match.
The X Division title match. They're going to have a tag title match, I assume.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be 3 Live Crew versus Team Canada.
Yeah, I think it might be AMW versus Triple X versus Team Canada.
Maybe. But I don't want another tag title change.
They're doing the whole Dusty and Vince Russo vote.
Yeah, which will take up 20 minutes.
Do you think we're going to see NYC before Victory Road?
I want to say no because I don't want to see them.
I don't want to see them. I don't want this to happen, but that could be another match that they chuck on.
They could make it a 4-way tag team match.
Oh, don't.
But they could.
They could.
Also feels like we're getting Abyss versus Raven versus Monty Brown.
Yeah, the triple threat, which I'm not too fussed about.
Yeah. And also we've got Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit, yeah, where this whoever's going to debut.
Yep, the mystery guest that I unfortunately know. I do know.
And I don't. I've got no idea.
Based on literally nothing that we gathered from this week, any new ideas of who it could be?
Who was the jobber that you mentioned in his promo?
Oh, Frankie Williams, I think.
It'll be Frankie Williams.
There you have it. It's Frankie Williams.
It'll be Ultimo Dragon.
Wow, I was worried you were going to say Ultimate Warrior there.
No, it'll be Delirious.
Wow. They're going to be in the X Division match.
Probably, yeah. If Delirious is in the X Division match, that's great.
Yeah, it's funny. You can already see it happening. where the X division is just so much better than the rest of the show.
It's like literally from week 1.
Yeah. It's like some of the show was legitimately exhausting.
Oh, this is probably the first show we've watched where some of it made me angry.
Yeah.
Like
this is the first time that I've come away feeling bad.
Yeah. Oh, there's always positives to come from every show, but there's more negatives this week than positives.
Yeah, and that's a real shame.
Yeah, it is.
They just had a 20-minute stretch that was so bad.
It was the middle of the show. Like, the show started off well and it ended well, but the middle of the show was real bad.
It was stank.
Properly bad.
Yeah. Oh, any final thoughts before we sign this off?
There wasn't enough Jeff Hammond.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I hope that next week Jeff Hammond is wearing either an even tighter shirt or no shirt at all.
It's so tight that you just can't see it.
Yeah, I want it to be that tight that his veins physically can't pump blood to his arms.
His arms are just blue as they film it.
Yeah. And my other parting thought is go and watch Nate Webb and MJF at GCW because or at least just watch the video package because it's really funny.
That sounds like the best thing that happened on this show in 2004.
It was, and that was 14 years later.
Yeah. But thank you once again for watching. Next week we'll be back with the October 22nd episode. Make sure to hit subscribe and hit the like button and check out the announcerstable.com for the latest wrestling news.